Right, hello, here with a video, first of the year, so happy new year. Hope 2024 is a good one for everybody. And we're starting it off here by going back to 2023. If you watched my last video, which was a list of my favourite albums of last year, I said during that video that what came fourth on that list will be the next review I do, which is what I'm doing here. But just quickly before I begin, I know I've said this a few times in the past, but I'd like to try and be a bit more active on this channel than I have been in the past. Get more album reviews out there, discussion videos, even maybe like news videos and stuff. Like recently I did like a video on the Band on the Run 50th anniversary and a video on Now and Then going to #1 and stuff like that. So yeah, I might do more videos like that as well going forward. But we will see. But we're starting here with an old-fashioned album review, and we're starting with this one. Thank God, it's The Dream Machine, which, believe it or not, is by The Dream Machine. And I know what you're probably thinking, who the hell are The Dream Machine? Well, that's The Dream Machine. These are a lot I discovered last year. In case you haven't seen my video of my favourite albums of 2023, I'll give you the story again of how I got into The Dream Machine. So last March, I think it was, I went with my mate George to see the Lathums at the Albert Hall in Manchester, and the Dream Machine were supporting them. And yeah, both me and George were like, they're brilliant. You know, we were blown away by it. And obviously George must have been a bit more than me, because he, as soon as this album came out, was listening to it and telling me to listen to it. And I'm quite bad for when he's telling me to listen to something, for not actually listening to it. It's not that I mean to do that. I'm just quite bad for things like that. But it wasn't until about October last year when I finally gave this album a listen, and boy, was I impressed enough to obviously go out and buy this album. I imagine most of you watching this video probably haven't heard of The Dream Machine. If you haven't, I highly recommend checking this album out. I'll go into a track by track review shortly, but it's a really good album and I highly do recommend it. Yeah, that's the front cover, by the way, and that is the back cover. It's got a very 60s looking design, just with all kinds of writing on the back. That's the sleeve, if you're interested. It's on black vinyl, so I won't bother getting it out. It's just run-of-the-mill black vinyl. Since they're quite an unknown band as well, a small band, I thought I'd give you the names of each members. So we have Zach McDonnell, who I think is the frontman and lead singer. We have Matt Goldson, I think is how you pronounce his surname. He's lead guitarist by the look of it. We have Jack Inchboard on bass and Isaac Salisbury on drums. Yeah, that's them. So, I'll get the iPad out. Obviously, because they're quite a small band, there's not that much to say in terms of facts and statistics and all that kind of stuff. So I'll give you a little bit anyway, and then I'll go into a track by track review. Hopefully it shouldn't be too long a video. It probably ain't going to be like 40 minutes like some of my reviews end up being. Anyway, this album, it was released on the 28th of April 2023, although it was recorded predominantly in winter of 2021 on an 8-track recording machine in the band's rehearsal space. Yeah, there won't be many people who would use an 8-track these days. You know, 8-track, this is what like the Beatles were using on Abbey Road and stuff. So it's an old bit of tech, an 8-track machine. But yeah, they've obviously gone and done it. The album was also produced by the band, I think. Yeah, produced by The Dream Machine. All tracks were recorded in the Coral Caves. They were mixed and mastered by Chris Taylor. Get it all on the back of here, don't you? Yes, the official description for this album is described as exploring everything from love and loss to angels, dogs and the devil. So a very eclectic topic list there, I'm sure you would agree. The album itself, it's got a very 60s sound to it, 60s rock and roll, 60s psychedelia. Yeah, with a bit of 70s punk maybe thrown in there a bit. But yeah, overall I'd say it's a 60s album. And while we're on the subject of 60s albums, the length of this album is fantastic. It's 34 minutes. And like most albums in the 60s, that's a great running length, because we don't need albums that are like 50 minutes long, because it becomes a slog listening to it. So yeah, thankfully, good running length on this album. And yeah, like I've said, it was one of my favourite albums of last year, 4th place on my list of favourite albums. So yeah, great one. So that's all I've got to say, I think, in the background. So we're going to dive into the track by track review. There are 12 tracks on this album. I don't think I'll be saying much about some of them, just because there's not a lot to say about them, but we'll see how we get on here. So the opening track, we have Lola, In the Morning. Great opening track this. It's, you know, I've said it a million times, but the opening track is always the most important song on an album, and this sets it off perfectly. If you like this song, you'll like the rest of the album. It really is a captivating song. It's one of my favourites on the album. It's got a synth riff. I think it's a synth riff all the way through it. Yeah, I really like it. I love the line, like, you said you had a house in Spain. I said that I did too, but I lied. Stuff like that. Please don't leave me, Lola, in the morning, you complete me, I think it's the lyrics. Yeah, great. It actually sounds a bit like the Kinks, I think, this song, which obviously, with it being called Lola in the Morning, is quite ironic that it sounds like the Kinks. I don't know if that's intentional. Lola is a good name. If I have a daughter someday, I'd like her to be called Lola. Note there for future wife, whoever you may be. Yeah, this song, like I say, it sets the tone of the album perfectly. Yeah, Lola in the Morning, great track. After that, we have the second track, Tears, another great track. It's a great riff on this song with a great set of lyrics to back it up. There's some quite subtle keys that play throughout this song, which sound really nice. I love when the tone when the tone of the tune changes to the Thank You for the Tears. Yeah, that bit's quite cool. And great chorus. Yeah, really like Tears. Good song. Track 3, Children My England. Again, it's a very catchy riff on this song. It's probably the most poppy song on the album. That maybe makes more sense in my head, but if they were like a huge, massive band that everyone knew, I imagine Children My England would have been the lead single off this album. It probably would have been quite a big hit. Probably definitely would have been back in the 60s anyway. Great chorus on this song, great vocals from Zach, and yeah, one of my favourites on the album, Children My England. We both come from an English town. Great tune. Right, track 4, Sweet Mary, another great song. We're on a right good streak of songs here. Sweet Mary, this is an acoustic tune, but it's still got a great riff on the acoustic guitar. It's a very 60s folk sounding song, a bit Bob Dylan sounding. Yeah, it's quite nice because the 3 songs before this have all been verging more in the rocker territory, so it's nice to slow it down a bit with a folk song. Again, one of my favourites on the album. Great lyrics, great chorus. I love the lyrics in this song as well. I'm paraphrasing here, I'm probably not getting them exactly right, but it's something along the lines of about your head being biased, and if the rest of the world was dead, I'd still probably think of you and lie in bed. That's not exactly how the lyrics go, but that's pretty much in the ballpark. Yeah, Sweet Mary, great song, really good song. So unfortunately for me, with the next track, track 5, which is TV Baby, Satan's Child, the wheels come off a bit here. I don't think this is a great song. I don't really care for it, to be honest. It's a bit more of a punk song. You know, there's nothing wrong with punk. There's certain punk songs I like, but I'm not the biggest fan of punk in the world. So for me personally, this song, it don't really do much for me. There's probably a lot of people out there who will like this song. I'm not saying it's a bad song, by the way, because it's not. It's just, it's not really my sort of cup of tea. Personally, this song, it is one of my least favourites on the album. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad, but it's It's just a shame because the 4 tracks that preceded this were all brilliant songs, and then suddenly the wheels are coming off a bit with track 5. Right, after that we've got track 6. This time around, I love this song. It's a wonderful song. It's without doubt one of my favourites on the album. The opening lyric, "You were a jealous liar and I was a sore loser." That is a brilliant opening lyric. Yeah, one that I can maybe relate to looking into my past. It's more of a slow ballad, this song. It's probably the slowest song so far, but it's a bloody good song. Nothing wrong with a slow ballad, and there's some nice slide guitar on this song, I think it's slide guitar. Sorry if it's not, but it sounds like slide guitar, and it sounds very nice. There's a solo in this song, but it's kind of a subtle solo. It's really nice. And then the outro is really good, where they're just sort of singing, "Love me, don't leave me, I'm down this time around." I think it's the outro lyric, and it just sort of keeps repeating that. Really nice. Yeah, this time around, great track. Right, after that we have track 7, "White Shadow Blues." We're back with a more punk sounding song here. Don't really care much for this one either. I think this song personally is a better song than "TV Baby Satan's Child," but I still don't think it's anything that's going to set the world on fire, and you know, that's just, it's not a bad song, it's just I don't really like punk that much, so it doesn't do much for me, but yeah, it's alright I suppose. Track 8, we have "Intermission." This song is literally what it says on the tin. It's purely just an intermission. It's only like 46 seconds of static noise, or distorted noise. So yeah, I'm not quite sure why this is track 8. Personally, I think this should be track 7. "White Shadow Blues" and "Intermission" should be swapped around. I don't quite get why it's not being, because "White Shadow Blues" kickstarts side B, because it's the halfway point. So I don't understand why "Intermission" isn't at the halfway point, why it's after the halfway point on both the vinyl and the digital. I don't get it. Why were the tracks not the other way around? Slight criticism there. I personally, if I'd been doing the running order of this album, I'd have swapped them two around. Right, track 9, we have "Away for the Summer." I love this song too. It's another great ballad with some great vocals and lyrics. It sounds like it's a breakup song, this song, and it's a very good breakup song. There's plenty of those out there, and this is another great one to add to the list of great breakup songs. One of my favourite lyrics of the album's on this song. "We were so naive, thought love would last forever. It wasn't..." Hang on, I've read this wrong. "We were so naive, thought love lasts forever. It wasn't so." I think that's a great lyric. Yeah, it's again a very strong contender for the best song on the album, "Away for the Summer." If you haven't heard this song, give that one a listen. But give the whole album a listen, but this song as well, very good song. Right, after that we've got track 10, "The Last Temptation." I love the intro riff on this song. It sounds very 60s rock and roll, but it's got a bit of a blues vibe thrown in as well. This song, it absolutely stinks of the Animals. The chorus in particular, I could just hear Eric Burdon singing this. Yeah, "You got the woman." I don't know the words fully, I'm afraid, but yeah, stinks of the Animals. It's a really cool sounding song. This, it's proper rock and roll. Yeah, really like this song. Not a lot to say, just it's a really good song. Right, track 11, "Always on My Mind." No, not the Elvis song, not the Pet Shop Boys. Completely different song. It's okay, but it's not one of my favourites on the album. It's got a decent chorus. The lyrics are alright too. But I do like in the middle of it, it kind of just goes complete tone change, and suddenly it goes all Pink Floyd in the middle, and it sounds, dare I say it, a bit like "Breathe" with the guitar, and then suddenly it just flies back to the normal tone of the song, the normal melody. So yeah, great song, "Always on My Mind." Not great song, sorry, great. I love the Pink Floyd sounding bit, but the rest of the song's a bit, yeah. I'd rather it be an instrumental sounding Pink Floyd-y thing. And after that we have track 12, the closing track, "Angel of the North." Wow, 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 wow. What a brilliant song this is. The first time I listened to this album, this was the song that really stood out to me. I love this song to bits. It's the perfect closing track. It really feels like, it feels a good ending point for the album. It feels like that they've given it their all and now they're just sort of winding down. This band, they're brilliant at ballads. You know, this time around, Away for the Summer and Angel of the North, probably the three best tracks on the album in my opinion. It's pretty simple, Angel of the North, but that's not a bad thing. There's nothing wrong with a song just being a pretty simple song. Yeah, it's got a great slide guitar in this one. I'm pretty sure it is definitely slide guitar in this song. It sounds really good. In fact, it's got the personnel on here. I can't be bothered reading all that. I think it's slide guitar. I'm sorry if it's not. Great lyrics again. I love the chorus. Angel, it killed me watching you walk away. It's a great lyric. Yeah, personally, this song would have been wonderful for me to have back in like late 2018, early 2019 with lyrics like "You are my sweetheart, even if just for one day." It's a perfect sort of bittersweet love song. There's a little piano solo as well, which gives this song a proper country sounding vibe. It is a bit of a country ballad, this song, a little bit. Yeah, great song. Great closing track to a great album. So, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between, that is The Dream Machine's debut album, which is, thank God it's a Dream Machine. Listen to it if you've never heard it, because it's a wonderful song. Wonderful album, sorry. And I'm looking forward to whenever their second album comes along. So, yeah, thank you very much for watching. Like I say, I want to get a bit more active again on this channel, doing more frequent videos. So if anyone has any suggestions of albums to listen to, albums to talk about, albums to review, etc., drop them in the comments, whatever. And yeah, that's all I've got to say today. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you very soon on a future video. Ta-da!